Driver's mistake indeed.
What's up, guys? Cardfighters here with player A's second place deck profile. What did you play?
I played Regalia. This was for the premium tournament in Houston. Obviously, you're going to play the V starter because drawing is cool. So there's that.
It is.
I played 4 of the grade 1, grade 3 searchers. Obviously on place. Reveal a grade 3 Regalia. Go find another grade 3 Regalia. And whenever you're paying for the stride cost, she gets +2. Just really good. Whenever you have one but you don't have the other.
Yep.
Played for her. And then I played 3 of that Regalia. Just on place, choose 3 cards from drop and put them back in Soul. Really good for on your stride turn when you do the first effect, Soul Blast it. 3 Regalias out, and you can put them back in with just her. The only thing that sucks is she is a 5K, so
yeah, 5K share, yeah.
I did play this card as a one-up just because she gave the potential to, with discard a Divine Gauge once per turn, Soul Charge 3, and then if you had a Regalia Vanguard, which you're always going to have one, to countercharge, pop her and countercharge. So that actually came up against Overlord. Actually became useful because I could actually do more things. I also played this Witch as 2 of on place. Look at top 2, put 1 top of the deck, and then 1 into Soul. Again, it just let me filter through the deck and obviously put in Regalia as much as I could and see what my top deck was. Her second skill popped up every once in a while. When your grade 3 Reader Vanguard swings, they both gain +5. It pops up every once in a while. Obviously, if you are playing Regalias, you're going to play...
Yeah, you got to play the card that makes the deck work? Yeah.
Restanding your Vanguard for just 1 discard is pretty good, so you play 4 of her. I also like being able to hit, able to draw during your grade 2 turns pretty good. I do play this card. I think it's pretty good for early game because you can literally just slam her down, swing at Vanguard, she'll gain +2, and at the end of battle, just put her into Soul. So, if you are striding, you're going in your grade 2 turn or something, put 2 of these down, swing both of them, you already have 2 Regalias in Soul.
Yep.
And, setting up for your stride stuff. Obviously, you're also going to play her because you'll be able to basically do the same thing as this card, but better. If she boosts or attacks, you can move a Divine Gauge to someone else, put her into Soul, and draw a card, which, of course, always great. Again, another Regalia in Soul. This card actually popped up a couple times. When I played against a Nova Grappler deck, it actually did help out because you could just choose the unit that will keep standing up.
Yeah, and just give it a...
Yeah, put it on top. I also used this against, I believe, a Murakami matchup. That, pretty helpful then too. Just, they got big and then I just reset it.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing.
And then you play Angelica. You really don't ever use her 3rd skill. I never did.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I at times use her 2nd skill to give stuff to Mind Gauges, especially if I played against a deck that had removal,
I may be blind.
just to help me not get targeted and stuff. And probably...
MVP of the world?
Yeah, MVP. Yeah, you call her. She helps you get Norn. She helps you restand the Vanguard. Always good. If she's on the Vanguard circle, which this did pop up once against Murakami, if they had Divine Gauges, they couldn't get affected by your opponent's card effects. So we were going into turn 6, and he only had 3 cards in the bind zone because I had her and all my units had Divine Gauges. Obviously, you play the Keter Sanctuary over trigger.
Draw checks are good.
Yeah, draw checks are pretty good. I'm going with the split of 3 of the Heal Guardians and then 1 of the counter charge. I like this ratio just because I usually saw this, and this is also Regalia, so you can put her back into Soul with your G guards. 3 of the into Soul, give something +3, and if there's a card placed in your G zone, draw a card, Regalia crit. Again, you really want to get to your win condition of critting people, but also having the Regalias in Soul.
Yeah.
So this did come up like every once in a while. Being able to draw. Also the 3K is sometimes helpful. But yeah, you know, the most important part is she is Regalia and she can go into Soul by herself. More crits. You're gonna crit them and hope for the best from there, really. And it's the stride crit. 4 of the draw PGs, just because I really needed cards in hand to like do stuff. And I wouldn't mind pitching stuff just because the grade 1 would help me put stuff back into Soul, and also your G guards also help you put stuff back into Soul. This card, I like it because it prevents me from decking out. Also, I would try to put this in whenever I played against Murakami. I did play against a Dungaree deck in top 8, and this guy was extremely helpful for that. My drop was usually empty during his turn.
Okay.
So he couldn't really bind anything, so that's why he just didn't have a very good time. He went to Stumbers, but he didn't get anything from it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, because both things are empty. For my G guards, I run 1 of her. Never really use her. I can probably cut her, honestly. You can set stuff back into the deck. Send normal units back into the deck, but I played 3 of her just because sending stuff back into the Soul was really needed for this deck. Because, you know, if they early game rush you, you can pitch them, but then G-guard into stuff.
Yeah. But he's playing D-Maiden Guard.
I played 2 of this. She gets really big. You can put 4 cards into Soul, 1 of each grade, and she'll become a 30k guard, so 43, and helped out in a lot of matchups.
Which I forgot existed. Yeah, no, I know.
I played 2 of her just in case if I ever don't have the conditions met or I needed counter charge for something, she could do that, but never really went into her.
But it's just like
This card, probably 1 of her. Really, she's there if I didn't have any Soul and I just didn't have my pieces. She could use Soul Charge 5, and then you get to draw. If you have 4 or less, you get some rear guard 10k and a crit, so that's pretty good too. You never really use a second effect. Played 1 of this card. This actually did come up twice during Swiss. Did help out. Send in one of my games, send someone from like 2 to 6, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Play 2 of him. Just in case they live during your Minerva turns, you can look at top cards and see what triggers you are going to do, and just stack them on top of the deck and send everything else to the bottom.
Did you ever go into this in a tournament?
I still need to get
I think I did. He 2 passed me, and I saw the top 4, and I was like, oh, okay. So I just gave all effects to Vanguard. But it's actually pretty helpful. And then the absolute beast of the deck. The reason you want to play this deck to begin with, Soul Blast 3, getting 10k in a drive. You're going Force 2 every single time. You're never going to go Force 1, ever. GB3 skill popped up every once in a while, but you know, the combo with her, and then Norn, you know, just you pitch one card and you get 7 cards in return, so your hand is always healthy. You can potentially restand 2 more times, so 1 from her, and then 1 from her own skill, and then your initial attack. You know, that's it. Just, you know, you're Overlord, but in Genesis, and you stride. So I guess that's the only difference.
Yeah.
And this, her second skill will restand anything with Regalia in its name. So that did pop up once, but that was it. But I mean, being able to getting so much advantage from this one card, really good.
All right. So, do you remember your matchups?
I remember some of them. I played against an Overlord, lost against it, unfortunately. Had a really cool little combo that they had. Played against Bugs twice, lost against them. Didn't see her at all when I played against Bugs, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
And then I think the turn I did see her, I had to ride her, and then didn't have another one on the side. So that was terrible. Played against a Dungaree deck. Won that one. Let's see, what else? I can't remember the rest of the games, unfortunately. But, I mean, yeah. The team went 4-1, made it to top 8, won our way through, made it into finals, played our bug guy again, unfortunately. So, yeah. That's how we got second in Houston, man.
All right.